So we are going to
That's
start the session with Meera Singhania Rehani, and we are so fortunate to have her on the meet. So my first question will be like, introduce yourself. Who are you?
my name is Meera Singhania Rehani, as you pointed out very rightly. I am pursuing sociology honors at Ambedkar University, Delhi. I live in Delhi. Currently, I'm quarantining in Calcutta because my parents live here. I'm born and brought up here. I identify myself as a binary trans woman. My pronouns are she/her, and I am 21 years old.
In a simple way, if you want to explain it to me in a simple way, how will you define it?
Right. So first of all, your gender and your sexual orientation is different. A trans person can also be straight. What differentiates us is the fact that you are assigned female at birth, and as I am assigned male at birth. You're assigned female at birth, and you're continuing to identify yourself as a female right now, as a woman. So you will be labeled as a cis woman. In my case, I am identified male at birth. I am assigned male at birth, but I identify myself as a woman right now. I have changed my gender. I have transitioned from identifying as a man to identifying as a woman. That is why I come under the label trans woman. That's the logic behind it.
Give us one incident that hit you so much that you started believing that you are a woman, you are not a man.
एक्चुअली वो चीज बचपन में नहीं हुई थी. वो चीज एक साल पहले हुई थी. That I started to when I came out of that denial phase where I was identifying myself as a non-binary person, a non-woman basically. I was not identifying at that time as a man, but I did not identify myself as a woman either. 1 year ago, I used to identify myself as a non-binary person. So binary मतलब दो भाग, right? हम लोगों ने जेंडर को दो भाग में बांट लिए हैं, मेल फीमेल. नॉन बाइनरी मतलब people who do not believe in the binary of gender, who do not believe that their gender is boxed or restricted to being a man or a woman. So non-binary comes under an umbrella term where your gender presentation, your gender identity, and all of those aspects are not fixed. It's fluid. हर इंसान के लिए हर अलग अलग definitions होते हैं उसके. मेरे लिए क्या था? I wanted to explore my feminine side. So I used to present myself as androgynous. I used to present myself as a person who is extremely masculine, because it was evident through my beard and all of those aspects. But at the same time, I used to wear skirts. I used to explore my femininity while being masculine at that time. But धीरे धीरे करके मेरे डिप्रेशन के थ्रू, मेरी एंजाइटी, मेरी डिप्रेशन, मेरी जो मानसिक स्थिति थी, मेरा आई वाज नॉट इन अ गुड प्लेस. सो धीरे धीरे करके आई रियलाइज्ड दैट आई एम एक्चुअली डिस्फोरिक. डिस्फोरिया का मतलब होता है if you're not comfortable with something, if you're uncomfortable with something. I realized that I had dysphoria. अभी डिस्फोरिया के भी बहुत अलग अलग टाइप्स होते हैं. पहले डिस्फोरिया होता क्या? डिस्फोरिया का मतलब होता है the fact that I was uncomfortable around. जैसे मैं सोशल डिस्फोरिया कह रही हूँ, अगर मैं सोशल डिस्फोरिया कह रही हूँ तो if you would refer me to as bro, भाई, dude, any mask pronouns, अगर मेरे को she her के नाम से नहीं, he के नाम से बुलाया जाएगा. If someone will basically refer to me as a boy, as a man, as a masculine identity, then I would feel really uncomfortable. Because then I would feel that you are not calling me, you are calling someone else who is me. So that someone is impersonating me. और वो मेरे को धीरे धीरे करके रियलाइज हुआ, be it my voice, my Adam's apple, my genitals, my chest, my body hair. That, I mean, the fact that I'm describing biology to you right now is because that comes under medical dysphoria. That is why I am going through medical transitioning as well. And then there is other side of dysphoria where if socially और academically कॉलेज में अगर मुझे मेरे पुराने नाम से बुलाया जाए, पेपर्स में ऑफिशियल डॉक्यूमेंट्स में मैं अगर अपना पुराना नाम देखूं, if I'm being recognized or being referred as a man in any way, I will experience dysphoria then. So धीरे धीरे करके I started transitioning from I changed my name first, then I changed my gender legally, then I changed all my legal documents, my Aadhaar card, my PAN card, मेरे college का नाम, gender, सब कुछ.
So I want to know about that mental health thing.
So the thing is that there is obviously a lot of financial investment that's involved in this. Considering आपको पैसे spend करने पड़ते हैं, मेरे को एक dysphoria certificate लेना पड़ा. सबसे पहले तो वो था, for getting that dysphoria certificate by a certified clinical psychologist, I had to go through a lot of psychometric assessments, which were costly and extremely mentally exhausting as well. And after getting that dysphoria certificate, which took a great deal of time, वो मिलना ही बहुत बड़ी बात थी. After getting that, there was some recognition that okay, this person has dysphoria. And after that, I applied to the Gazette. उसके लिए मुझे affidavit कोर्ट से लेना पड़ा, न्यूज़पेपर में छपवाना पड़ा. उसके बाद मैं गजेट ऑफिस गई, सब फॉर्मेलिटीज मैंने पूरा किया. आफ्टर दैट उसके एक दो हफ्ते बाद मेरा नाम और जेंडर चेंज होता है गजेट में, बट उसमें भी मेरे कुछ उन लोगों ने स्पेलिंग एरर्स कर दिए थे, तो उसमें इश्यू हो गया. मैंने फिर वो चेंज करवाया. तो काफी भागा दौड़ी करनी पड़ी इसके लिए. After all of that was done, I went to the Aadhaar card office to change my Aadhaar card. Then I applied online for changing my PAN card. मैंने courier करवाया फिर. And while all of this was happening, there was a lot of, with being trans, I feel there is a lot of social ostracization as well, where it was weird in campus suddenly if a person is presenting themselves as identifying themselves as a woman, completely presenting themselves. I call this still a better space. It's still a liberal space, and I have a great support system in my college. I have my friends, I have an AUD queer collective. All of those things are there. But despite that, there was this sort of uncomfortability with the professors, although they were really, really supportive, and with people around me. College was still better than public space. घबराने की बात कहाँ थी? मेट्रो में, जहाँ पे you have a lot of people, the crowd. मेट्रो में, सड़क पे, I am a smoker, so I smoke. So Panwadi के पास, if I go and get a smoke or something. I mean, I feel specifically all women or femme identities will relate to this. If you are seen smoking in public, you get a lot of judgment. So imagine a non-conventional woman smoking in public. So I have been harassed also a couple of times by people. I mean, if you've seen my IGTV videos, I've spoken a lot about those harassments as well. There is a lot of violence I feel when it comes to romantic sexual relationships, the dating platforms, online dating sites, Tinder, Hinge, these sites, because there is a lot of fetishization when it comes to the identity. बहुत ही ज़्यादा, लोग stereotypes में खो जाते हैं, identities को overtly sexualize कर देते हैं, that it's no longer about the person. मेरे को लोग अगर मीरा के नाम से नहीं जाने, if someone is not interested in me for who I am, and if someone is interested in me just because I'm trans, I feel that's a little offensive as well. So there's just a lot of unrelatability as well, because I can give you another example. in literature class हम लोग पढ़ रहे थे about racism and all of that, and our teacher was talking about intersectionality, where she was talking about how feminism movement में the white woman took all of it, and it was the black woman who experienced patriarchy when it from black men and racism from white women. So they were in the bottom of the rung. और तब मुझे ख्याल आया, पर यार, it's not only black women. We can say technically that black trans women also faced a lot of marginality by black cis women, by black men, by the white demographic, by everyone, and that they are not even included in my syllabus. The kind of media we consume, the content we consume, I don't see a lot of representation. The fact that you are getting, I mean, it's an eye-opener for you listening to all of this. I feel that in itself is the case because being trans is not normalized in our society around us. कोई बहुत normal सी बात नहीं है for a person to be trans and for people to be chill with it. There is a great deal of energy that comes with being trans.
What was the reaction जब आप पैन कार्ड बनवाने गए, जब गैजेट में लिखवाने गए, ये सब में क्या चीजों से डील करना पड़ा?
आधार कार्ड में सब कुछ चिल से हो गया, पैन कार्ड तो ऑनलाइन ही हुआ, बट गजेट ऑफिस में पीपल वर रियली, ऑफिसर्स वर रियली, हालांकि उन लोग को हर चीज में प्रूफ चाहिए था. उन लोग बोल रहे थे तो ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि तुम ये भेस में आकर नाटक कर रहे हो ट्रांस बनने का. ये I mean, there was a lot of unnecessary questions that were asked just for the sake of it. वो कहते हैं ना कि सामने आपको एक vulnerable community दिखी नहीं तो आप उनका फायदा उठाने लगो, अपने पावर का abuse करने लगो. वही बात थी. You're referring to the Trans Act, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the problem with the Trans Act is that I will be really, I mean, I will sound really. वो word क्या है? I'm sorry. वो word क्या है? I will sound pretty conflicting to a lot of people. बहुत मैं controversial बात कहने वाली हूँ. हाँ, controversial बात मैं कहने वाली हूँ अभी. For a lot of people, for a lot of BJP supporters out here, but well, anyway, so BJP सरकार के अंडर ये जो ट्रांस बिल आया था, उसमें मेन प्रॉब्लम हमें ये है कि पहली बात तो ये जो आप इन लोगों ने बिल लाया था ना, उसमें जो कमिटी थी that is predominant with cis men around. We don't have any representation in the committee. There is not, they haven't taken into account a single trans person. Without our consultation, they have gone ahead and made up a separate bill according to their conveniences, according to their understanding of what it's like being trans, which is not possible because lived experiences matter. We know it better how to be trans than anyone else, obviously. Anyway, so it was really disrespectful, pretty offensive. तो और ट्रांस बिल में आप ड्राफ्ट देखोगे ना, तो ट्रांसजेंडर का जो डेफिनेशन है, they fucked that up really bad. It came off as really disrespectful, really offensive. तो उन लोगों ने सब कुछ मिला दिया है, मतलब कि इंटरसेक्स, ट्रांस, हिजड़ा कम्युनिटी, उनके हिसाब से सब लोग एक ही हैं, उनमें कोई फर्क ही नहीं है. Which is again really messed up. That is a stereotype that's out there in the public, that being trans is equal to being a sex worker or being a hijra worker, or you know, being an intersex is same as being trans. ये सब definitions जो है ना, लोगों को पता ही नहीं है. बात वो है. और सेल्फ आइडेंटिफिकेशन नाम की कोई चीज नहीं है उस बिल में. उस बिल में दिखाया है कि जब तक किसी की सर्जरी नहीं होगी तब तक that person cannot be identified as a woman. अगर मुझे, if I want to identify myself as a woman, legal documents में, gazette में basically, I won't be able to identify myself as a woman till I do not get a surgery done. And even after I get the surgery done, there will be an officer who will check me, who will literally check me and see if I'm a woman or not. And by woman, they mean if I'm having a vagina or not. And then according to that, a label will be given to me that as a woman. That is so offensive. That is so disrespectful if you think of it. Especially if you're a minority in this country, if you're a trans person, if you're a sex worker, if you're a Muslim, if you're a Dalit, if you're a Kashmiri, if you're an Assamese, if you are a woman, anyone basically for that matter, except a cis Hindu man who must be a Brahmin, by the way.
So it's a very personal question. I don't know if I should ask or not, but maybe I am getting. I'm asking you. If you want to answer, you can.
Sure.
Are you religious?
I am not religious. I am spiritual.
So the thing is, I am questioning this thing because I really want to know how religion and this LGBTQIA plus work. If you have any idea around this, you can tell us. Either that's all.
मुझे सवाल नहीं समझ आ रहा, to be honest.
See, there are lots of people who are religious, but what they say कि मेरे religion में लिखा हुआ है we are against LGBTQIA plus.
You're right.
So
I get your point.
How that work?
So the thing is that when it comes to any kind of religion, any kind of organized religion, be it Christianity, be it Islam, be it Hinduism, be it any religion for that matter, that religion, अगर आप scriptures पढ़ोगे ना, तो उनके जो interpretations है ना, that is mainly dominated by these cis men, even within the religion sects. उनकी जो interpretations है, वो भी dominated होते हैं, इन लोग क्या सोचते हैं उस हिसाब से. So obviously, in order to have that kind of status quo, in order to have that kind of power structurally within that or within that community, within that particular whatever, it will be discriminatory towards women, towards the LGBTQI, towards anyone who is not a cis man, who is not masculine, basically. I mean, the way Lord Vishnu is seen, Lord Vishnu is actually known as Ardhanareshwar. I mean, there is a lot of androgyny. There are a lot of trans characters. People say, no, आजकल इन लोग आ गए हैं. We were there since. I mean, we were always there, I feel.
So, my question is, this is very. It might sound offensive. I don't know how to articulate in this right now, but I am asking you bluntly. So, when females get harassed by men, they usually get harassed because of their body, because they are female. So, male tend to harass them. For you, the question is कि आपको जब harassment के through आप गई, जब आपको लोगों ने harass किया, why they harassed you? Just because you are going to become a female, or because you have feminine quality, or they just harass you because you are a person? Why they harass you?
Okay, first of all, a little bit of correction. I am a woman. I am a female. Even if I do not even if I wouldn't have decided to go for the surgery, I would be a woman still then. Our genitals do not define our gender identity, right? So anyone, whoever, again, self-identification, anyone who identify themselves as a woman or a man or anyone for that matter, that person is that gender. Simple. No questions asked, nothing. No biology there anywhere. That is number one done. Number two, harassment क्या होता है? It works. Harassment क्या होता है? Any kind of abuse or harassment क्या होता है? A person who is powerful, who has a lot of power, exercises that power over you without your consent. So if you're a woman, if you're a trans person, if you're a sex worker, if you're anyone who is weaker than men, than cis men, you have the potential to get harassed. It's as simple as that.
Okay, so it's like men do not discriminate when they harass someone. So they are like just, they are weaker person, they are minority, they can be oppressed, so we are going to harass them. So that's how it works. So it's like whenever I talk to men about trans people, they have this very weird analogy and justifications like, I am a straight person. I cannot harass a trans woman. How can I harass a trans woman? What
Of
the heck is
course. ये लोग जो बोलते हैं ना, I'm a straight person, इन लोग closeted निकलते हैं बाद में जाकर.
that is why I asked you this question, because I do not understand. I mean, what is this justification that I am not straight and I cannot harass a trans woman or trans man or any man for that case? I mean,
honestly speaking, when it comes to any form of harassment, अगर आपके सामने कोई भी कमजोर जेंडर का इंसान होगा ना, specifically if that person is already really disrespected within the common community or circles, especially if that person's identity is so over sexualized, because I feel when it comes to specifically trans people or sex workers, उन लोगों के मामले में, हमारे मामले में, मैं हमारा नहीं बोलूंगी because I obviously come from a different sect where I am privileged enough to go to a college, go to a campus, I'm talking to you like this or whatsoever. But when you, अगर आप हिजड़ा population देख लो या sex workers देख लो, many men get away with shit like उन लोगों का consent matter नहीं करता and all of that because of the kind of profession they are into. That's bull crap. That's bull crap. They are as much as humans as we all are. I am as much as a human as anyone. Because of my gender identity, because of my sexuality, because of my genitals, because of anything. Because of anything that I did not choose. Because जो भी है, मेरी इच्छा से नहीं हो रहा है. I identify myself as a woman. That's it. I just know that. I don't know how this body came. It did come. तो मेरी इच्छा से कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. मुझे खुद को बहुत परेशानी हो रही है. So obviously, अगर आप उन लोगों का लॉजिक देखो ना, the fact that they are not attracted to us or they are, I feel it's more about fixing to that heteronormative idea that since that person has the body of a man or a woman or whatever in terms of trans man woman, that is why I can't be attracted to this person. It's bullcrap. Everyone is attracted to everyone. It's literally bodies. Literally bodies. People don't know their sexuality. Sexuality and gender identity is so fluid. It's so blurred that you don't know your sexuality and it's okay to explore. It's just that when you start exploiting other bodies, when you start abusing other bodies, then you cross a line. Then you become a harasser. Then you become an abuser. Then you become a person who is clearly dangerous to people around him.
so now coming to your Facebook profile,
Facebook profile?
Huh?
Facebook profile?
No, Insta profile.
No. Because I don't have a Facebook profile.
No. So the thing is, I just want to ask this thing because your profile is really very interesting. The videos and the photos and the confession, I really love that. I don't have that courage that you have, actually. So I must appreciate, and everyone who reads your confession should be proud of you, because you come out so strong and so, I mean, I don't have the words. So yeah, and keep going like that. So my question is, when you post something, okay, so in my mind, I don't have your personality as controversial. For me, you are not a controversial person. Okay, but I don't know how many of your followers have this mindset. I don't know if they cat call you on your photos or videos. I don't know about that. So I want to ask, if you put a photo or video of yours, what is the reaction most of the time? I read positive. You might
Honestly, very honestly speaking, for that matter, Instagram has not been really bad for me, at least. I have mostly gotten a really positive, good, nice response over there. Except when it comes to extremely, whenever you show a lot of skin, I feel men tend to, it's like an invitation for them to hit on you. So I feel that happens a lot. But again, except that, and then there's just I feel there's just a lot of slut shaming that happens if a lot of skin is shown, which again is something I have a problem with. That what is the obsessive need to sexualize body so much? As an artist, as someone who is an artist, I say this: bodies are more than being sexual. They are beautiful. They are artistic. They're whatever. आप उनपे ड्रॉ करो, पेंट करो, सब कुछ करो. आपको इतना सारा सेक्सुअलाइज क्यों करना है उनको?
People do ask you, like, why you put this picture and why you do this.
There's a lot of curiosity around it, and my answer to it is generally because I feel like it. I want to normalize it enough. मेरे को फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. क्या करूँ मैं?
And what about relatives?
I've blocked all of them. It's always safer to block them.
So, is there something that you want to talk about personally?
Nothing in specific. What I can say is the fact that with being any kind of a marginalized identity, with being any kind of a minority in a dominant space, there comes a lot of abuse, a lot of institutional, structural violence by the state, by the government, by people around you automatically. Because at the end of it, the world isn't at least for a marginalized person, it is not the best place to live. It isn't. So that can take a lot of toll on your mental health sometimes. That's it. So just to be, that is why I feel I do whatever I do to sensitize people, to make people more aware about my journey, about what I think, about normalizing trans narratives, normalizing trans experiences, lived experiences into people's lives. Making people know that we are more than what you think we are. I really like this actually. So I've been watching this Netflix show called Pose. I actually recommend everyone who's watching this video to watch that series, Pose, on Netflix. It's an extremely amazing show. It's set in the 1990s in America, and it shows the journey of black trans woman. And it's available on Netflix. First season is available on Netflix. Second season is available on Hotstar if anyone uses that. So in that show, there is this character called Angela. She's a trans woman. She's a black trans woman. And she's talking to this white man, this white cis man who is interested in her, but he's married also, and he's ashamed to be interested in her. He's very confused. He's come to her and everything. And he told him this really beautiful line that I will be more free, more liberated than you ever are, because I'm true to myself at least. And that, I feel that really caught me. That really stayed with me.
Totally understandable. Like, you should. But I like how you are normalizing yourself and the trans community on Insta. I mean, it's really amazing. And for me today, I got to know what dysphoria is. I think
Yeah.
it's a new thing for me. And good to know every
You
day.
can read about it, actually.
Can you just repeat what did you say?
I'm saying there's a lot of resources available for people to read up on it, so that people are more. I mean, at the end of it, we are coexisting with each other, right? So you should. I mean, I feel cis people should know about what dysphoria is, like what do we go through basically, so that you make this place a better place to live for us.
एक आगाज, it's your story.